All right, silver made an attempt to go higher today, but quickly sold off and is again testing a recent key support zone. But before we go further, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by XNS, the world's largest retail broker, offering ultra-fast execution with no overnight fees. Find a link in the description below. This is Bruce for FXEmpire, taking a look at the daily chart for silver. So as we zoom into silver, you can see that silver broke out through this. Well, let's step back for a second. So we had a sharp sell-off, 18% correction. And by the way, if you notice the previous two big corrections, 17.6% and 18.7%. And this is right in that zone. So that by itself indicates that this may be the low for now for this correction. And certainly the reaction off that low would also be supportive of that because you could see that the 200 moving average was reclaimed, the trend line was reclaimed, and then recently the shorter moving averages were reclaimed. So you can see that let's see, a week ago Friday, and then the following Monday, last Tuesday, found resistance at this trend line. And then on the breakout day, you can see that the trend line, the orange 50 and the purple 20, converged and identified a similar price, more so than they have in the past. And so that increased the significance of that potential resistance zone. Well, so far that's not playing out yet, but it remains a possibility. In other words, when three indicators identify the same price resistance zone, it creates a potentially more significant pivot level where breakout could be more significant and also a reversal to the downside could be more significant. So far, there's a breakout to the upside, and so that we had the breakout day on Wednesday, where price traded above and below the range, above and below the support area, and then on Thursday, the same thing, above and below these lines, and then today there's a slight change. The purple 20 moving average was clearly checked as or tested as support today because the low of the day matches the 20 moving average essentially at 32.43. So many times when you have a progression of an uptrend, as we've discussed, and you can see it here as well, resistance at the 200 break through, chop around, test it as support, and then the uptrend is ready to continue. Same here. Break through, choppy, test it specifically as support. This could be a sign that this uptrend is ready to continue. Of course, we don't have any type of signal on the daily until there's a breakout above today's high at 33.06, but above Friday's high, 32.94, will also be a sign of strength. So the key level now short term is today's low for support, 32.43. And it's likely that today will end with a bearish looking shooting star candlestick pattern that we're usually looking for positioned in a slightly different location, but it still represents selling within the day. And it sets up a potential reversal if the low of the day is broken to the downside. So today's low now takes on greater meaning, and the 20 moving average takes on greater meaning because it is tested successfully as support today. Of course, this bars any quick drops through and then quick recoveries. That's similar to support being found and then a rally off that support. So we have to give it a little space in that regard. But as of now, the expectation would be a continuation higher or a deeper pullback if today's low is broken. All right, that is it for today, traders. Have a great week.